I, I don't even know anymore. I don't know how to start this. Am I going to be mad? Am I going to be sad? Am I not going to care? I don't know. I have never been more disappointed since 2021 in this team. And I barely watched football in 2021. The fact that we just lost to the New York Giants, who were 2-13 with the first overall pick, is already terrible. The fact that we let the Giants score more than 40 points for the first time since 2019 is even worse. I mentioned this in yesterday's video where I said the Colts were still alive in the playoff scenario. I don't know if you saw it or not. And here's the thing. I said it last night. And I'm gonna say it again today. Everyone needs to be fired. Everyone. I'm done at this point. This is inexcusable. It's absolutely inexcusable. You can't excuse this. You can't excuse the defense. You can't excuse the offense. And you can't excuse the special teams either. You can't excuse anyone. Gus Bradley needs to be fired. Chris Ballard needs to be fired. And Steichen needs to be fired. There's no point anymore. There is absolutely 0 point in having anyone here still coaching next year or leading the team next year when you just lost to the number 1 overall pick, 2-13 Giants. And you lost them 45-33. You let them score more than 40 points for the first time since 2019. Drew Lock had 5 touchdowns. Drew Lock. You let this man right here, the former Bronco, the former Seahawk, and the New York Giant, who came out of Lee Summits High School and the University of Missouri, get 4 touchdowns on passing, and then you allow him to rush in the dagger. He didn't even get a yard on the ground. That's nice. So it's pretty obvious what I have to say here. I mean, I know I was talking about being all mad and livid and yelling at stuff, but honestly, I expected it. I know this team. It can never find a way to win the games that it needs to win. You saw that week 2 against the Packers. Had a backup quarterback, can't win that game. You saw both games against the Texans. Both really close games, and you can't find a way to win. You saw that at the Broncos game. And we've seen it today. Whenever there is a big game, the Colts cannot play football correctly. And you know what? I bet you that if the Broncos won yesterday, we probably would have came out and won. Because, we just played 10 times better without any pressure, apparently. You have the 2-13 Giants, and then you have the 3-13 or 3-12 Jaguars. That's your schedule. That's the rest of your schedule. And you can make the playoffs. And you can't even beat the Giants. We saw this last time in 2021 when you can't beat the two in like 13, whatever they were, the Jaguars. They saw that back in 2021, and while extremely disappointing, there's a there's a side thing. There's a footnote to that. There's an asterisk. And that is, like I mentioned yesterday, we don't play well at the Jaguar Stadium. We don't play good in Duval. This is just inexcusable. The Giants were on a 10-game losing streak. The Giants had not won at home the whole year. And the Giants had Drew Lock at quarterback. And you let up 45 points. This is worse than the Jaguars game. This is 100% worse. And again, it's because of that little asterisk that we don't play good at Duval. This is not Duval. This is the New York Giants that had not won a game. I said it right the first time. I don't care. They haven't won a game the whole year at MetLife. And you give them their first win. They were looking for the number 1 overall pick, and you give them the easy one. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. Absolutely done. There's no defending this. I can't. You cannot lose these games. You cannot allow this many points. So, I'm telling you, if nothing changes, we're going 5-12 next season. If nothing changes. And it's unfortunate because you look at the schedule, you look at the teams, and you 100% expect that you'd win the division with the schedule and with the team you have. Especially going 9-8 with a backup quarterback last year. You would 100% expect that with a fully healthy squad, you would go 12-5 with the schedule. At least go 10-7. And the Colts won't even have a winning record with this schedule. There's just nothing else to say. I know. I could be more interesting and be all mad and start ranting and stuff. It's just not worth it. I really don't care at this point. I mean, everyone needs to be fired. That's just facts. Everyone needs to be fired. So, may as well go look at the player stats. Got one more video next week, of course, and then the Colts season is over. No more playoffs. Should have never even had a chance to begin with after we lost the Jaguars, and we lost to the Packers, and we lost to the Texans twice, and we lost to the Broncos. But we did, and now we don't. It's over now. And, of course, Joe Flacco comes in because Anthony Richardson's injured, and these stats may deceive you. He didn't play good. 26 for 38, 330, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. One of those picks, all of course, in clutch time. And one of those picks on the opening drive. For rushing, the only person that actually gave a damn today, Jonathan Taylor. Even without Anthony Richardson being like a distraction, he's still the best player on the team, no doubt. We don't deserve him at all. 32 carries, 125 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's obviously the best player on the team. Anyone you see that says Jonathan Taylor is mid and not the best player on the team, they're 100% wrong. I understand that he doesn't have the best catching ability, but honestly, I really don't care. Get a second running back in a draft that can actually catch. Cool. But Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in the league, and we all know that. Pierce led receiving for today. Pittman had the most catches. Pierce 106 6 for 122 and a touchdown. Pittman 9 for 109 and a touchdown. Granson caught 3 for 34. Downs caught 3 for 22. I have no idea what Downs has against Joe Flacco, but Joe Flacco never threw to Downs really, and Downs is probably it's Downs and Pierce for the top 2 receivers on our team. Pittman's third, or Pittman's second. Pierce is third. You can interchange those, but Downs just did not get catches today. I don't know why. Adonai Mitchell 2 for 22. Taylor 2 for 11. Sermon also got 1 for 10. Everyone on the defense, no one played good on the defense. No one played good. Franklin, of course, he gets the most tackles in the day. He's the only one that I could remotely say did all right. He had 7 tackles and 7 assists. Still leads in tackles. He's going to lead in tackles at the end of the season. So, early congratulations to him for that. No one really cares about that anyways. Everyone else, you guys all suck. You're all terrible, at least for today. No one played with any heart on the defense. No one could tackle. There were multiple long yard plays. And, of course, Gus Bradley designs the worst defensive play calls in the history of mankind. So nothing got done at the end of the day. So, Franklin, congrats for your tackles. We don't care about that. So, and I know people are mad at Franklin. People are always mad at Franklin. I'll always say he's one of the best tacklers in the game. But, I mean, he can't do everything on the defense. He can't tackle everyone on the defense. Everyone else needs to actually tackle. So, I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. Didn't even get a dang sack on the team. Didn't get 1 sack on Drew Lock. The defensive line played that bad that you didn't get 1 sack on Drew Lock. That's unacceptable. No kick returns. Gould had 1 punt return for 7 yards. Matt Gay, once again, missed a 50-yarder. I don't know why we trust him to kick 50-yarders at this point. He can't make a 50-yarder to save his life. Other than that, he was fine on the day. When he was inside 50, he kicked a total of 9 points, 2 for 3, along with 32. And Roberto Sanchez only punted 1 time for 32 yards, and it was inside the 20. Back to Mr. I want to play like Tom Brady against the Colts. We got Drew Lock over here throwing 17 for 23, 309 yards, 4 touchdowns, and also a rushing touchdown. I'm pretty sure he had a perfect passer rating, so congrats to him. You earned a backup job for life. I mean, I do like Drew Lock, but, I did not want Drew Lock to do all this today. Sorry. Tracy ran 20 times for 59 yards. Singletary ran 5 for 21. Drew Lock ran 5 times. He got no yards, but he got the dagger touchdown, so congrats for him. Neighbors absolutely torched our defense. 7 for 171 and 2 touchdowns. Robinson and Slayton both got touchdowns. Robinson caught 5 for 71, while Slayton caught 1 for 32. Everyone else didn't really catch much. Tracy 2 for 14, Manhurts 1 for 12, and Singletary 1 for 9. For the defense, Belton got a pick, and Phillips got a pick, and Nunez, Roches got a sack, and Thibodeau got a sack, and I'm pretty sure a fumble recovery on Joe Flacco, because we fumbled at the end of the game there. I did not see who fumbled it because I was very mad. I didn't even watch the third quarter. I gotta admit that I was out actually being productive in my life and eating. So, I mean, that was when we were coming back from like a 28-13 deficit. So I didn't really get to see that. Honestly, I didn't really care, and I didn't even watch the final drives after Drew Lock scored the touchdown because I knew the game was over. So I'm pretty sure he got the fumble there. Also, Pinnock led in tackles, 7 tackles, 3 assists. Kick returns. 1 for Smith Marset, who returned it for 100 yards and a touchdown. Can't have that either. No one wanted to tackle today. No punt returns. Their kicker can actually, kick perfectly. 1 for 1 for 30 and a 9 points. And Gillian punted 3 times for 106 yards. For total team stats, we somehow slightly, edged them out on every stat except yards per play. 446 to 389, 320 to 309, and 126 to 80. Well, on yards per play, we had 6.1, they had 7.3. For first downs, we had 25, they had 15 because they got all the explosive plays. Same third down efficiency. They went for fourth down once and didn't get it. We went for fourth down twice and only got one. We had 20 more plays than them, and we allowed 2 sacks. We punted once. They punted 3 times. Refs were definitely on our side today. 3 for 21 for their 7 for 94, but obviously it didn't matter because we lost a fumble and threw 2 interceptions. And, surprisingly, our time of possession was over 30 minutes, but that's probably because they scored a touchdown in 5 plays like 3 times. So Giants trolled by fans for losing number 1 overall pick with shocking win over the Colts. Well, go Bengals, I guess. I'm an honorary Bengals fan until they get eliminated. And then when the Bengals get eliminated, I am rooting for any team that's not the Chiefs and the Bills. Because I hate the Bills. And I hate the Chiefs. So go Bengals. I hope y'all make the playoffs. If not, then go every other team that's not the Chiefs or the Bills. It's disappointing. At least we're gonna be second in the division. Yay! I hope we lose next week. I'm gonna be honest. Let's see. Go Chargers, go Ravens, go Steelers, go Texans, go Bengals definitely, or the Broncos, or the Dolphins if they somehow make it in. Go Eagles, go Commanders, go Rams or Seahawks, go Lions, Packers, and Vikings, and go Bucks or Falcons. Do not let the Bills or the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, please. That'll be all. See y'all next week for the season finale against the Jaguars. Yeah. See ya.